Good evening. On behalf of the entire faculty, staff, and administration here at Westboro High School, I extend a warm welcome to the members of the great class of 2016. Their family, friends, to our annual ceremony of Baccalaureate. A thank you is extended to Mr. Martin, the Director of Fine Arts, for his coordination of tonight's events. A brief review of your program will make it clear that our Baccalaureate is something quite special. Those of you who have never attended a Baccalaureate ceremony are in for a real treat. Your esteemed class president, Kush Patel, will elaborate more on the meaning of baccalaureate in his remarks. Weather permitting, all of us will gather on the football field, turf field tomorrow for graduation. Mr. Lefebvre, our assistant principal, has been tasked with delivering good weather, and he confirmed earlier today that we are good to go outside. Thank you, Mr. Lefebvre. Tomorrow's commencement exercises will be formal, they'll be dignified, and properly brief. The graduation ceremony, for all intents and purposes, is mostly about embracing the future, as well as hearing a few words of wisdom that may help guide you in your journey after high school. But if you think about it for a moment, how can our graduates effectively commence until they've actually stopped, or at least paused? Thus, the purpose of tonight's ceremony is to provide that opportunity for the seniors and our school community to reflect and offer thanksgiving and enjoy a bittersweet celebration. There are clear signs of exhilaration, accomplishment, freedom, and anticipation in the air. These feelings are shared openly and excitedly by all seniors, and that is a good thing. However, not far beneath all of this lie other feelings that are often quietly repressed, no less felt, and perhaps far more real and lasting. Certainly, as the celebration peaks and it begins to fade, there is a perfectly normal sense of anxiety and loss concerning ensuing change. Separation from family, friends, and lots of anticipation about the future. this uneasiness in the realization that an important chapter of your life cannot be recaptured. Seniors, you should know that this restlessness also touches us, faculty and teachers and administration, even your parents and friends. And if it does affect us, then that's a good thing as well. And so, before we embrace new beginnings in the future tomorrow, on this night, let us pause. I trust that this will be a satisfying and memorable evening for everyone. So let's enjoy it.
morning, Westboro High School students and faculty, parents, friends, relatives from far and near. Now, I know many of you are sitting in the audience, ecstatic for the commencement of the night, but still have one question on your mind. What exactly is a baccalaureate ceremony, and what does it even mean? Fear not, for I stand here in front of you as your inquisitive and sagacious leader, with the answer to the question that has confounded minds for generations. After countless hours of extensive research on the topic, I finally stumbled upon an arcane website known as Wikipedia. Here I read, a baccalaureate service is a celebration that honors a graduating senior class from college or high school. All right, not very helpful, but I battled on and kept reading. This is when I found the true answer to the question on everyone's mind. A baccalaureate ceremony is a tradition dating back to 1432 and is a service of worship and celebration of and thanksgiving for lives dedicated to learning and wisdom. Now I know this may seem off because we aren't really worshiping anybody, and most of us aren't exactly dedicated to learning. But there's still a notable relevance to the definition. For starters, tonight is a night for Thanksgiving. We are here to give thanks to all the family, faculty, and staff that have helped us along this journey. Every teacher, interaction, and attention we have all ever had has shaped us to be who we are today. And since we are all pretty awesome, we must be grateful for every single person who has made a positive impact on our lives. Thank you, Mr. Callahan, Mr. LaFave, and Ms. Barrett for working with us these past 4 years in order to ensure we had the safest and most fun experience possible at Westboro High School. Also, thank you to Mr. Martin for setting up such an amazing ceremony for us. Thank you to all the teachers and faculty at WHS. You have not just taught us calculus and chemistry, but have enlightened us all with so many life lessons that we will keep with us throughout our lives. Mr. Cullen, I may not remember what socioeconomic impact the industrial titans had on society, but I will remember not to go to bars on the weekdays. I may not remember every characteristic of modern existentialism, but I will always remember not to suck up to my professors in college. Unless I go for business, because that's what business is all about. To all the parents, especially you guys, Mom and Dad, and other members of the Westboro community in the audience, thank you for supporting us throughout our years in Westboro and making it such a pleasant place to grow up. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank you, class of 2016. Thank you for being such an amazing group of kids who never failed to put a smile on my face. Thank you for giving me a plethora of memories that I will cherish forever. Finally, thank you for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to lead this class. It has been such an amazing experience, and you guys have no idea how much it has meant to me, but just know that I will always be grateful. Tonight is also a night for celebration. We are here to celebrate this entire senior class. As I look into the audience, I am so proud and amazed of every single one of you. The achievements and milestones that this class has reached is incomparable to any other class, in any other school, in any other country, on any other continent in the entire universe. As I look out into the crowd, I see passionate actors, musicians, athletes, leaders, scholars, volunteers, and so much more. From Enya Tron going on a European orchestra tour last summer, to Mon Zaney getting a geotag for WHS approved on Snapchat. You have all inspired me in some way. There's so much talent and potential in this room, and I truly believe that every single person in here will be able to achieve anything that they put their mind to. I know you've all heard that before and might think it's kind of baloney, so I'd like to share a very, very personal anecdote with all of you. As you may know, sophomore year was the year I decided to run for class president. I was so excited and anxious about the election. I really wanted to have the support of my classmates as I started this new journey in life. One day, as I was sitting in my choir class, one of my peers, who for the sake of this speech I will call Regina George, came up to me and asked, "Are you running for class president?" Thinking he was one of my valiant supporters, I enthusiastically responded, "Yes, I am." Regina then looked at me in the eye with condescending glee and said, "You're not gonna win," and walked away. This was the most disheartening thing I had ever heard. How could I possibly win the election if there were already people doubting me? Nevertheless, I took this comment and turned it into my drive to succeed. I didn't succumb to her negativity and give up. I fought on like Albert Einstein, and this is why I stand in front of you today, more courageous than ever. Moral of the story is that this class is capable of doing anything they set their minds to, and none of us should ever be influenced by other people's negativity. The future is bright for all of you, and don't let anyone dim that light. On that note, I'd like to thank you all for coming, congratulate this beautiful senior class, and announce the official commencement of the night. Thank you.
words to the class of 2016, so I hope you enjoy.
Crashing down. actually, before I speak, also my sister, Safan Zaidi, gave us a baccalaureate speech 2 years ago. And she's actually right here. Yeah, why not? Raise your hand. Hello. As most of you may know, my name is Mon Zaini, and I'm a member of the class of 2016 here at Westboro High School. I'm asked to speak tonight to express my appreciation to my teachers and classmates for how much I have felt accepted by each of you. 5 years ago, I moved here all the way from Saudi Arabia. I was starting 8th grade at Gibbons. There and throughout my experience has been great. I have met a lot of great people and have made friends and acquaintances. It was also the first time I have been to school with girls. In 8th grade, I made many friends. I had a locker buddy who talked with me a lot, and other kids that were really cool and supportive. I started a YouTube channel, and it soon became very popular in that school. Another thing many of you may know about me is that I have been diagnosed with mild autism. This has made many parts of my life difficult, but I have always felt supported by people at the school. Freshman year, unfortunately, did not start off well. I felt like most people from the middle school just forgot about me and didn't always communicate on social media. Having autism made a lot of things difficult for me, but especially with some schoolwork and talking to students, teachers helped me become more social by helping me join Best Buddies and Unified Track. I have traveled to Ecuador and Belize with school groups and met a lot of new kids on these trips. The reason that I appreciate being at Westboro is because in Saudi Arabia I was treated harshly. I was teased a lot there in the school, and I do not think they had an understanding school system. Here things are a lot different, but when I first came here, things have been a lot different. I was treated with kindness, people were fair to each other, and the teachers in this system was very different. I had some problems here too, but mostly around times of just more focus towards people, such as miscommunication, and anything that happened if unexpectedly. And as I leave here, I would like to thank my classmates, my teachers who helped me out, my friends and family, leaving you all with a farewell. And until next time, go class of 2016!
I took my love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around.
And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, but a landslide brought me down.
Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love?
Can a child within my heart
Rise above.
Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I
take it down.
Yeah,
And if you climb a mountain
and you turn around, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills where the landslide brought me down, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, maybe,
well, maybe.
well, maybe landslide
I'll bring you down.
Each year, hundreds of Rangers take the field, court, ice, and course, hoping to leave their mark in Westboro High School lore. Although not all teams leave with the record they wanted, it's not always the wins and losses that measure the success of the season. Success is not in the result, but in the process. It's the hard work every Ranger puts in and day out, despite what the record may be, that delineates us from any other athlete or team. It's the competitive mindset and the innate drive to overcome any and all obstacles that lie before us that make us successful. Whether it be showing up to a game, knowing the challenges ahead, running sprints over the summer, trying to earn the varsity spot, or giving your all from the start to end of practice, trying to get the starting position. As Rangers, we have learned that effort can pay off. Whether it be individual or team goals, there is a process, a drive, and a reward. And we competed together to grow as people, players, and teammates.
As Rangers, it doesn't matter who's on the team, whether you like them or not, or if one person is better than the other. For that season, we are a team, all playing with pride as we represent the logo on our jerseys. The Rangers, our mascot, and win or lose, we keep fighting to represent. Win together, lose together, we all compete as one. Just like that final possession, shot, pass, and goal, life will throw us obstacles. But as the clock runs out, just as it did in the final moments of that playoff game, we will find a way to overcome these challenges. It doesn't matter who is standing by your side, whether it be you, your family, teammates, your coach, parents, friends, fans, or a person taking a stroll around the track. There are people out there who will be there to help guide you and have your back. Our high school athletic days may be over, our athletic years may have come to a close. But through these ups and downs, we were able to discover a drive that will not only push us to do our best, but to be the best for each other. Wherever we end up, we will have a team, a group of people with a similar interest that will be put to the test to improve on a daily basis to keep their place. In life, it doesn't matter who you are playing with, it's about what we are playing for.
The Ranger gave us teammates, competition, a sense of pride, and challenges. As we leave the Ranger behind, we move forward having become cooperative, proud competitors that are ready to face the challenges that lie ahead. Just as this Ranger gave us something to play for and be proud of, whatever we encounter in our futures, we will need to find that new Ranger to compete for and push ourselves to be the best we can be. While we may not wear that same mascot on our jerseys ever again, we will take the values and lessons it has taught us throughout every new experience we face in the next stage of our lives. So class of 2016, find your new Ranger as you move through these experiences and compete just as relentlessly as you have done these past 4 years. Thank you.
that cost me go up, I mean, ain't nobody really found that, so like, it didn't make sense, so, yeah. Yeah.
That bass player is so good.
That was funky, yes. All right. How we doing tonight? How we doing tonight? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know me, my name is Dawn Ortiz. I am not related to David Ortiz. I wish I was. We just both happen to be Dominican, awesome, and have the same last name. But if you guys ever meet him, mention my name. Many of you know me as a girl who was always yelling down the hallways and ready for an argument. You know, it's true. Whether it's about Beyonce and her amazing performance at Super Bowl, talking more than I'm talking to you, or teaching freshmen that they cannot stand in the middle of the hallway. I mean, it's not okay, and I don't care what your reason is, for walking, no, I mean sprinting in the wrong side of the hallway. I would like to start out the speech by clarifying something. The other day, going through the Burger King drive-thru, my mom asked me why I didn't mention her in my quote next to my senior picture in my yearbook. I quoted two amazing women, obviously Beyonce, and the late Maya Angelou. Now, what I should have done was thank the one person who stuck by my side and raised me on her own along with two other, might I say, gorgeous children. Thanks, Mommy, for everything you've done for me. It was my mother, my teachers, and my friends who really kept me going in this wild world that is high school. It was the friendly faces in WHS that kept me going. It was the girls who told me I looked great when I was really looking like a mess. It was the boys, Jalapeno, George, y'all know who you are, plus Sheila, who stood in front of my locker and gave me a reason to be feisty in the morning. I know for a fact that I wouldn't have made it through gym without my girls and the gym teachers. Now, I mean, it's gonna be hard for me to say this, but it was Mr. Rhoda who really came through and took me to the promised land. It was Mr. Anderson who literally ran with me during the beat test because I really couldn't have done it on my own. And I think all of us have someone to thank who ran with us through obstacles in the drama of high school. It was the people like the king of the history wing, Mr. O'Brien, who taught us not just about the past, but life in general. He opened my eyes to the truth, struggle, and the art of baseball. I promise you that I will argue and debate with anyone except for OB. I mean, he just knows things. I mean, he reads so many books. He is literally a walking encyclopedia. It was in Westboro High School that I found my people. Sarah and Alyssa, I'm talking to you. It was Jeffy and Sarah who introduced me to the world of country music. It was my friends who helped me back when I was getting too rowdy, and it was my friends who reminded me to do my homework and eat my vegetables, even though I really didn't want to. WHS is my home and home to many of us here. It was where we learned how to be independent. It was where we met our lifelong friends. And it was where we will end a chapter of our lives soon write a new one, wherever you guys are going. I mean, whether it's UMass Amherst, Salem State, or Yale and Singapore, go Tiffany. Know for a fact you have a place to come back to. It may not always be in front of my locker or on the balcony, and don't get any ideas of showing up to my house. But Westboro is your home. It's been an honor spending not only these past 4 years in WHS, but starting from Hastings, the good old days. I mean, the best school out of all the schools. A Mr. Salamini and a purple head. It's been real class of 2016. See you out in that field tomorrow. flash of galaxies across the sky always brings out the phenomenologist in me. Billions of new worlds waiting to be discovered, explored, and illuminated. Within and without, the Nautilus shell mimics the shape of the Milky Way. Quarks and quasars, my face is bathed in light from a vanished star. I stand at the precipice. The air is rare, bracing. Before me stretch dark distances, clusters of light. What next? I have no idea. Many mysteries to come. I'm on the verge. I have a yearning for the future. It is boundless.
Thank you to Emily for that wonderful performance. Good evening, everyone. It is a short-lived few years, just 4 in the scheme of a lifetime, which will last much, much longer, but it bears a huge impact. High school, here we are. It's a light that burns fast and bright, and even though it's a short time, it's something we will look back on for the rest of our lives. I'm sure there are a few, like me tonight, who can't believe that after tomorrow it will all be over. Now, even as 10 and 20 years pass, we'll think of these high school days when we were young and full of a vibrant, youthful energy that my parents tell me that I should be grateful for now. And we'll see in our minds those teachers that truly inspired us and spoke to us. We'll envision these hallways and what it felt like to run into school on the first day of our senior year this past fall. We may recall those long nights writing papers or the rowdy bus ride home with our teammates after a big win, everyone just screaming at the top of their lungs. But more than anything, we will all think of our friends. Our high school friends are truly special. As we move on from here, they will always be special because they are the ones that shape this small but intensely meaningful and memorable time, this moment in time that is high school. Our best friends are the ones who know us better than we know ourselves. They're the ones that push us to be a better person, even when it means making a hard choice or taking a risk. They also may be the ones who make mistakes, but they do it with us, and it's all part of the deal. I think we can all easily remember a moment in the past 4 years where we may have freaked out or cried a little in the moment, or a lot. But we learn to laugh about it later, and that's what's important. Now, there are moments in high school where a friendship gets defined. My friends forcibly dragged me out of my house last year on a Friday night, not because we had any fun plans, but because they knew that I was home alone, I was crying, and I was upset. They told me that I was absolutely not allowed to stay in then, even though I wanted to. So instead, we all went out to dinner, and though I can still remember quite clearly what I was so upset about, I remember even more how happy I was to be in the company of my friends. To me, they are the amazing, beautiful, talented, and fun girls who will always be my sisters. They made me laugh and smile that night in a way that I will never forget. Sorry, Jesus Christ. And they continue to do this all the time, just like they want to make me cry right now. So, we didn't discuss what had happened, but we all knew. And they told me that they loved me and were there for me and that I was going to be okay, and that was enough. That has been the definition of our friendship and the friendships that you all have here, being there through it all. We all have these memories and so many more. Those long car rides through town without any destination, watching the sunset from the water tower at the top of the world, or dancing like a complete nerd when just the right song comes on. Those times when you all feel way too excited about finding a new place to spend all of your money on, food, or seeing your best friends bring you something as simple as a Dunk's coffee to the Dairy Queen, but it makes your entire day because although you really needed that coffee, what you needed was to know that someone there cared for you. So you all know what it feels like to get that phone call from a friend who is completely ecstatic that something really crazy and great has happened. More importantly though, you know that stirring feeling of getting a phone call when something really bad happens. And you drop everything and you leave your house, only giving your parents the explanation as you fly out the door that they needed me. We'll remember these moments with our best friends when they supported you, sat with you for countless hours talking through a life problem, or when you returned the favor and ran to them when they needed you, sometimes to give the comfort and warmth that only a genuine hug can bring. And it means even more when you get one from one of those friends that usually refuses to hug you. For myself, that's probably Maddie French. Her hugs are the best though, when you get one. They're really good. But of course, aside from these bonded best friends, there are those everyday people that we'll all miss seeing around next year. The kids that you may never see on the weekend, but come Monday, you walk into class and you spill your entire life to them, and you share and laugh for a few minutes every day. You wave to these people in the hallways, and they brighten your day. Everyone has these people. For me, I honestly don't know what I'd do if I didn't sit next to Nirvana every day in Kill class. Like, you saved me in more than one way, girl. And there are those kids who single-handedly make the class so much better. Like every time that Xenia would make the sassiest, realest comments to Mr. O'Brien in AP History last year, it was so amazing. You know, I could go on and on. Emily Fisher's absurdly insightful comments that made me afraid to speak in English every day because I could never be as smart as she is. She's great. Sydney and Haley consistently showing me up every day in pottery, but thank you to them because you made me worlds better. The people like Lily Pashapur, who made me think so deeply in facing history this year and is just an awesome individual all the way around. So the point is that everyone here is amazing. We have all been lucky to be around each other, to raise everyone's game to be a nicer person, a better student, a more caring friend to everyone. We have all been forever changed by the people here tonight. We finally made it here together, through the good and through the bad, and now we will always have this common ground to look back upon. We will always be high school classmates, teammates, and most of all, friends. So thank you to all of you for being exceptional people and for being amazing friends. Never forget that you are all the people who shape this moment in time in the lives of everyone around you. How you chose to act and how you chose to reach out to people is what makes this time so special. Never forget the times with your best friends, because even when you see them in the future, it will never be like this again. You all have new friends and new experiences that will draw your life in a different path, so enjoy being stationary in this moment. Never forget those people who brighten your day in the halls. Most of all, never forget this. We will never experience this feeling, being surrounded by our entire class, again after tomorrow. So cherish it, and please cherish this time to be surrounded by friends. Thank you, everyone.
Heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And though whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship alone from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a sea drowned by skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess you know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes by a wind of, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Good evening. I stand in front of all of you tonight, incredibly honored to speak to such an esteemed and extraordinary class of students and their families. First, I'd like to start off with a story. 7th grade, 2009, Gibbons Middle School. The chatter around the room echoed off the walls. Conversations about summer vacations and excitement for the new year drifted to my ears as I sat in the back of the auditorium waiting for choir's start. I didn't know anyone since it was my first day in a Westboro school, so I may have seemed like a loner, but the truth was I was just too shy to go and talk to anyone. Moving is hard enough, but add in the start of middle school in a new environment and it becomes overwhelming. I remember that I fell in love with music around 4th grade. It amazed me to hear the different sounds I could make with my voice. Ever since then, music became my safe haven. Mr. Solitano only deepened my love for it. Instead of being a shy girl, I became this confident young woman that was focused on her singing. What I didn't know then was that my confidence wouldn't vanish at the end of class, but instead helped me make friends and finally accept Westboro as my home. In our next class, I stood on the risers waiting for Mr. Solitano to play a C sharp again when someone came over and talked to me. Someone who I'm still glad to call my friend today, Benedict Hensley. For those of you who know Benny, he's basically a giant ball of charisma and charm. He made me realize that I could use music as an opportunity to break out of my shell and start fresh. Here we are 7 years later. I'm finishing high school with all of you, looking forward to what the future has in store for us, and feeling proud of the young adults we've become. Through music, I learned not to fear new situations or difficult circumstances, whether it was something small like sight singing during an audition or speaking in front of you all tonight. We all have something that has helped us become strong, independent adults, whether it's sports, clubs, music, or etc. Tonight, I ask you to reflect on your 4 years at this high school, the memories, the laughter, and the friends you made from doing whatever it is that made these 4 years a little more bearable. Through the rest of the speeches and performances, I ask you to hold on to these memories and the laughter. These are our last few hours of our senior year. So make a few more memories and have a couple more laughs, because after tonight, we are done, class of 2016. I hope all of you continue to do the things that made you feel special and grounded in the future. I will definitely hold on to music as I go through the ups and downs of my life. I'd like to leave you with a quote that thanks to Bhishma I was able to find. He somehow could not find the words to tell them what it meant to him, to see them all ranged there on his side. Instead he smiled, raised a hand in farewell, turned around, and led the way out of the station towards the sunlit street. Thank you for letting me share my story tonight. Enjoy the rest of Baccalaureate.
Making honey is not the only great feat.
Here's one that cannot be beat.
We caterpillars start life as crawlers, like me.
Then change into flyers, quite lovely to see. Thank you, Gibson. I promise I'll tie that in. For those of you who are confused, those were the lines that Jason and I had in Going by Guillette Pales 10 years ago. Back then, I was terrified of speaking in front of crowds and quite shy. Now, here I am, choosing to stand in front of all of you, totally fine. And for all of you who know me, you know that I'm most definitely not shy. We all have grown and changed over the years, slowly changing from caterpillars into butterflies, and we never could have gotten here without our teachers. While we may not connect well with every teacher, I find it to be undeniable that our teachers have had profound impacts on our lives. Not only are they intelligent and uniquely talented in their various subjects, but I've also found that the majority of them are kind and care about us as people. I'm sure we all have a few negative stories about teachers from our high school careers, but let's give them a break. It's easy to forget that teachers are people too. I usually only remember if I bump into them in the grocery store, and then I'm so busy running the other way or hiding behind the watermelons that it never comes to mind that the fact that teachers are people means that they can make a mistake or have a bad day too. I've been profoundly impacted by my teachers in the Westboro school system. Mrs. Wales, way back in 3rd grade, taught me a rap about 8 times 7. To this day, I have never forgotten that 8 times 7 is 56. Mrs. Avery in 6th grade developed my passion for math. In 8th grade, my amazing mom, who's secretly superwoman, taught me everything. In high school, Miss Pelletier showed me how to be comfortable speaking in front of a crowd. Monsieur Tretin forced me to speak in French. Mr. O'Brien opened my eyes to the needs of the world. Dr. Ishbande stuffed my head full of biology and time management strategies. And Mr. Feldman taught me how to appreciate, understand, and respect all people, no matter our differences. These are only a few of the ways that my teachers have shaped me, and they only begin to graze the surface of how supportive my teachers have been for me. As some of you know, I have been a small group leader at my church for the past 2 years, starting with 6th grade girls and moving up with them so that they are now 7th graders. I have enjoyed walking with these girls immensely, but it's not always easy. In April of my junior year, one of my girls named KK was diagnosed with stage 4 glioblastoma, which is a form of brain cancer. While it's infinitely more difficult for KK to live through this trial, it has also been hard for me to watch someone I love so deeply go through such a horrible thing. Looking back, those first 2 months would have been so much worse without my teachers who went far beyond the call. Several of my teachers allowed me to pass in homework assignments late when things were emotionally too difficult for me to do them, and I remember Mrs. Miller in particular gave me almost an entire extra month to complete our semester book project. She and several other teachers consistently checked in with me to see how KK and I were doing. Waiting for assignments and allowing me to come after school to make things up was probably inconvenient for my teachers, and it also wasn't owed to me at all, nor was it requested of them. These teachers took it upon themselves to relieve me of as much academic stress as possible, and I will forever be grateful for that. I don't think I could have handled this journey with KK as well as I have without one special teacher very close to my heart. I've been close to Mrs. Papetti for the majority of my high school career, and she is an example of what many teachers in this high school are. She goes out of her way to check in with me and other students about our personal lives. She cares about me as a person, not just a student. She has cheered me up and let me cry when I needed it and helped me through this difficult time. When I first received the news about KK's tumor, I ran up to her room after school and read the email with her, and she supported me every step of the way since. Mrs. Papetti stops me from allowing my mind to get away with me with worry, but also helps me to face and cope with the realities of the situation. She knows me better than almost anyone and always knows exactly what to say. She is, in short, my mom away from mom. No administrator instructed Mrs. Papetti to support me in this way. She doesn't get paid extra to do the good she does. She just does it because she wants to, because she cares. Life probably hasn't always been easy for you in the last few years, whether you know someone with cancer, or things are going on at home, or academic work has overwhelmed you. But I think that part of transforming from caterpillars to butterflies is going through these discomforts. The chrysalis doesn't really sound like the most comfortable thing in the world to me personally, but it has a spectacular result. We've had many helping and driving hands along the way in our metaphorical metamorphosis. So thank you, teachers, for all that you've done and all that you will do. 15 for a moment, caught in between 10 and 20, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you only got 100 years to live. I'm 33 for a moment. I'm still a man, but you see I'm a they, a kid on the way, a family on my mind. I'm 45 for a moment. The sea is high and I'm heading into a crisis, chasing the years of my life. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose yourself within a morning star. 15, I'm alright with you. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you only got 100 years to live. How time goes by, suddenly you're wise. Another blink of an eye, 67 is gone, the sun is getting high, we're moving on. I'm 99 for a moment. I'm dying for just another moment, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you. 22, I feel hurt too. 33, you're on your way. Every day's a new day. Ooh, ooh. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to choose. Say 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you only got 100 years to live. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Zoe Evans. Just a disclaimer, I have a little bit of laryngitis from the senior scavenger hunt on Wednesday. I think I got a little too into it, so we came in third, so it's okay. It's been 720 days, 4,320 hours, 259,200 minutes, over 15 million seconds we have spent together over the past 4 years. Sitting next to each other in class, being badminton partners in gym, online shopping together on Chromebooks, cramming for tests. 4 years we've spent side by side, learning, living, and growing up. Some of us hated high school, some of us loved it. A lot of us just didn't really care. It was just something we had to do, a means to an end, so that we could get on to a bigger and brighter future. Because that's what we're all after, right? Bigger and brighter, fall in love, make lots of money, follow your dreams, and be happy. But most importantly, I think what all of us are searching for, or at least I know I am, is ourselves.
Almost everyone here has the next 4 years mapped out to learn about what they love and define themselves, but we take for granted that a lot of who we are came about inside this school. We shuffle in every morning at 7:30, and we dread a lot of the classes we had to go to or tests we were about to take, but there are also those people we look forward to seeing, and that hour or two in the day that we genuinely liked. A class or a club that made us realize something about ourselves, what we're passionate about, what we're good at. Forcing 1,045 teenagers into a building every day for 6 hours also taught us things the teacher never could. What kind of a friend we are, what kind of a person we are, and what kind we want to become. It is true, high school is simply a means to an end. None of us had the choice to come here, but if we did, I know that I, for one, would do it all over again. There are the moments that happen in these hallways or with the people you first met here that have made you who you are and will shape who you become. And the most amazing part to me is that we all went through it together. So yeah, a few years from now, we will all have moved on from this place in one way or another. But chances are Westboro High School and Westboro in general are going to stay pretty much the same. Not signing into the library will always mean the end of the world as we know it. This which will always live and breathe by mise en place. The incoming freshmen are always going to look smaller than the ones before. Yeomans will always have the best ice cream, albeit the most overpriced. Dr. Ryan will always manage to be the scariest teacher ever. I'm actually scared that he's in here right now and he deserves to say that. Okay, so I'm so sorry. Please don't make me go bird watching again. Middle schoolers are always going to walk downtown on half days, even when it's freezing and they're wearing shorts. The line of Chipotle is always going to be way too long. Ms. Papetti is always going to be the go-to counselor for every grade. Westboro may always be the bubble, but take comfort in knowing that wherever you end up, it'll always be here, and you can always come home. While this may be the first time I've ever graduated, it's far from the first of graduations for my family. In March, my brother Austin, a Westboro High School and University of Maryland alum, graduated from basic training in the Army. The final task he and his platoon had to complete was the Bayonet March, a 12-mile hike carrying packs, water, and a 200-pound dummy in a reconstructed war zone. At the end of the trek, the soldiers reached Honor Hill, AC/DC music blasting and sergeants congratulating them for their completion of basic training. Each soldier took his final steps of the hike under an arch that read, "From here on emerges the greatest warriors the world has ever seen." For some reason I liked that, and it resonated with me after we left it. It seems to me like a fresh start. Forget all the mistakes you've made along the way, because you still made it here. We all made it here, and what matters is what we do from here on out. So tomorrow, when you're on top of your own Honor Hill, take a moment to realize how far you've come and how infinitely far you can go. Because from here on emerges the greatest men, women, students, teachers, researchers, entrepreneurs, artists, people, and warriors the world has ever seen. Thank you.
May the
Since then, we have grown together, matured, and found out who we are and what we want from life. Most of us were only 14 years old on that first day of freshman year. 14 seems unbelievably young, now that we are about to enter the real world as young adults. Many of us about to start a new and independent life. This shift in our lives is momentous and should be reflected on as a reluctant end, but celebrated as a joyous beginning. Never again will we enjoy a high school lifestyle in some good ways and some bad ways. Our parents will yell at us to brush our teeth again, but they also can't tuck us into bed at night. Childhood friends that we've shared countless memories with will only see us a couple weeks a year, but we're going to enter a new world and continue to make meaningful and long-lasting connections with other 18-year-olds who are going through the same transition.
We've come a long way. We've been waiting for this moment for so long. But now that it's here. We aren't sure if we really want to go. Although our journey has been long, it's also been very mentally exhausting. We could never come so far without the love and support from our family and friends. They were there to comfort us during the good and the bad times. They became our rock, grounding us from the inconceivable and irrational fears while we grew up. Our family checked for monsters underneath the bed and in the closet. And surrounded us with love and admiration while we blew out the candles on our birthday cakes. Our friends got pizzas with us in the middle of the night and made us into the best versions of ourselves. Overall, we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for making growing up an adventure and helping us find out who we are.
We would also like to thank our past class officers. 4 of us, Gianna, Maddie, Kush, and myself, were not always the ones holding office. Thanks to the dedication and the solid foundation that past class officers created, we were able to pull off a successful prom at Mechanics Hall at the end of our junior year and a unique senior ball at the New England Aquarium in Boston last month. We'd also like to thank our advisors, Mr. Brown and Mr. McIntyre, who supported us and made our jobs much easier over the years. They were always on top of what we needed to get done and did whatever we asked of them in an efficient manner. Without them, senior ball would not have been possible. They were the unsung heroes of our class these past 4 years, and we could not be more grateful for their guidance and support. In a couple of months, we are going to go our separate ways, but for right now and this whole weekend, we get to spend time together. We can make memories as a whole grade one last time, so let's celebrate. Long live the class of 2016. Thank you.
to show you the senior video that Carter Brown, Zoe Evans, John Gross, Sarah Anderson, and I worked really hard on for the past month. Originally, we were given a 10-minute limit, but we all got really excited and it ended up being half an hour. So right now you're only going to see about half of it, but the full version will be available during project graduation, and we're actually going to post it on like Facebook and YouTube for everyone to see as well.
We would like to thank all of the people that helped make this video possible. Mr. Callahan, Mr. Lefebvre, Mrs. Barrett, thank you for being so flexible and working with us to film the video. Thank you, Mr. Martin, for supervising us, and Mrs. Stoker for giving us the class time and resources to be able to complete this film. And lastly, thank you, class of 2016, for sharing your pictures and memories with us from throughout your years in Westboro. We hope you enjoy.
to church cause your mom sister? Is it grandpa the chance that you can? Won't be wasted time. Always stay home and kind. Say please, say thank you. Know you got mountains to climb, when the dreams come to you, you put in is realize. Yourself feel the pride, always stay humble and kind. Free ride from no one, don't hold a grudge or a chip in years wide. Bitterness keeps you from flying, always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. You ain't no pickup line, so always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, always shall dreaming come to you. You put in, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble. When it's hot, eat a root beer possum. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sun shine. Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around. Help the next one in line. Always stay home. It's too that back home part of me. I can't help but see things a little different. Like how there ain't no need to put a G on the end of hunting and fishing. And I still got granddaddy's Bible. His name. But I also got his story.
stage.
I will miss my twin brother Nathaniel.
Miss my team, Coach Monty.
I'm definitely going to miss my friends. I'm going to miss seeing them every single day at school. It's really comforting to know that they're always going to be here.
Walking around the school and pretending I know any of the names of the freshmen.
I'll probably miss the safe environment that all the teachers down in the D Wing have created for all of us. I miss the community that I have made in the D Wing.
I'll miss having my dad for class.
The best part was my friends and volleyball games.
I'm going to miss the sense of community at Westboro High School and all my volleyball and track ladies.
You're gonna miss the boys the most. I'll probably miss my twin brother Ethan.
I'm just missed about Westboro High School. I think are a lot of the people, specifically like the teachers, who have been so supportive of me over the past 4 years. I mean, like all the teachers in the Fine Arts program, like Ms. Greer and Mr. Martin and Ms. Slotnick, who I've spent a lot of my time with extracurriculars and in school as well, but also teachers around the school, like shout out to Mrs. Papetti, who's just great. Yeah, I think no matter where you go, you'll have great opportunities, but the people are what makes a place really special, so that's what I'm gonna miss.
Listen, everybody, congratulations, and never forget, do what you love.
Have fun in school next year and make the best of everything. Take every opportunity you can have, and college is always what you make of it.
Three things. 1, study abroad. Expand your horizons more than 50 miles in your world. 2, don't be a jerk. 3, don't be boring.
Always deny. Always deny. This is a video of you doing it. That's not me. I deny everything. That's it.
Bonjour, seniors. Félicitations. Congratulations. I'm really proud of you. I'll also miss you very much because many of you I know back from the Gibbons. Here's my advice. You might think you know where you're going right now, but life is going to throw you a lot of curves. So when one of those comes up, go with it. Sometimes it will take you someplace new and different that you never would have imagined. Good luck. Au revoir.
I hope you have fun in the next few years and stay safe. And I hope you have all the success in the world as seniors. Have a good one.
Okay, my advice to all the seniors, especially ones I've known a long time, do not be tardy for your classes in college, and if you are, hide the coffee from Dunkin's.
My advice for you is make sure you call home once a week so your parents know you're alive. And if you happen to make a bad choice, try not to get caught.
Best wishes class of 2016. My advice to you is to follow your passion, be empathetic, and always have fun. I'll leave you with a quote. The author's unknown. We always knew we would look back and laugh at the times we cried, but we never knew we'd look back and cry at the times we laughed. Good luck, class of 2016.
Congratulations, class of 2016. Thanks to the beans, you win stupid prizes.
Mr. Fontaine, you look like you've lost a little bit of weight recently. What's happening to you? Class of 2016, I want to remind you, keep your head on your shoulders.
Hey, class. Your class is super special to me. So I'd like you guys to remember a few things if I have to give you any of my last repetitisms. One would be, you are special for who you are and for not what you are.
so please remember that. Number 2, there's no perfect, so stop looking for it and just live your life to be happy. Number 3, try to laugh every day. I think life is so stressful that if you can find one thing to laugh at, and your future has so many things to be happy about, so please try to find that laughter. And number 4, as many of you know, one of the mottos that I live by and that I try to teach all of you is that always remember it's okay not to be okay sometimes. And I hope that you find people in your life and you slow down time when you can, so that you can actually enjoy where you're at, when you're at it, and that you have much health and happiness and love in your future. I will miss you guys. Take care of yourselves, and good luck.
I think I'll harken back to one of the great American presidents over there. His name is Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and what he said: in times when you're stressed out, mad, frustrated, when you find yourself at the end of your rope, tie a knot and hold on. Very simple, kind of silly, but that's what you got to do. So when you guys find yourself at the end of the rope, whether it be college, work, military, tie a knot, hold on, baby. Good luck.